Hi everybody, it's Dante the animator here, and I got a really special announcement to make on a new series that I'm making. And I don't think I announced it back in Animated Origins, but if I did or if I didn't, I don't know, back when I used to have it, the channel I had it with my cousin. You may know him now as Motionful Creations. But it's technically the fact that I love Greek mythology. And the thing is that I love Greek mythology, and I decided, you know what, I'm making a series about it. It's going to be more about the after events of the myths, like after the myths happened. So it's going to be, I'm just going to say a few things. It's going to technically be based off the events of Titanomachy. You could be like, wait a minute, but Titanomachy was during the myths. Well, guess what? It's supposed to be like a second Titanomachy, like the Titans are back. And it's going to be a pretty cool thing to those who don't know about the myths and those who do know about the myths. But I'm going to make it like a few other gods have died and there's mortal people that have to take their place. And it's going to get really good, and I think you guys are going to like it. For example, for those of you who don't know, Eros is the Greek version of the Roman god Cupid. You may know him more as Cupid, but this is Greek mythology, so I'm going to be referring to him as Eros in the show. I will be playing Eros, pretty much the newer version, as in, I took Eros' place. And I just decided to do that. I don't know why. He's my favorite one of the gods, because I feel like, love, I feel like maybe it's just linked with happiness, positivity. I feel like positivity is the key to life, so, on to the next one. But guys, don't get me wrong, some of the gods are still going to be alive. For example, Zeus, Apollo, those guys are going to be alive. You know what I mean? So a few of the gods are still going to be alive, but at the same time, there's going to be a few gods that have their place taken by mortals, which are now demigods. But unlike Heracles, which is, by the way, the Greek name, Hercules is the Roman, they're going to have abilities that the original gods had. And Heracles just had super strength, while, let's say, Dionysus had the ability to control wine. So it's going to be something like that. It'll make more sense in the future. And guys, remember how I mentioned earlier my cousin Motionful Creations? Well, he's pretty much going to be acting for the newer version of Hermes, like if he had to take Hermes' place. So that's going to be kind of cool. So here's the design for both of the characters. So yeah, and on to the next slide. Since we're making the first season based off Titanomachy, I decided, well, it would be only right to make the main villain of the first season, well, Kronos, since he was, well, the leader of Titanomachy. Well, you could say that Atlas was, but let's be realistic here. It all started off with a beef between Zeus and Kronos, so Kronos is going to be the main villain of the first season. Which brings me to my next slide, which is pretty much saying that Kronos was the father of Zeus. And I'm not going to get too much into detail. I'm just going to say that he's the god of time. Well, since he's a Titan, I guess you could say Titan of time. But a Titan's technically just saying the second line of God, so the Titan god of time. I'm not going to reveal too much of the season right now. I just wanted to announce that these are going to be, a few seasons that I'm going to be making. And for the first season is going to be based off Titanomachy as the second Titanomachy. And these are mostly going to be based off gods that took, well, not gods, but mortals that took God's place, making them demigods because they're part human, part god. And not the usual origin of a demigod, because demigods are supposed to be, biologically, as in one parent a god and one parent a human. But, same thing. They're still going to be half human, half god. And there's going to be much more demigods and gods in the series. I just don't want to expose too much of it, because I still want it to be kind of a surprise. So these were just a few basic things that I just needed you guys to know. Anyways, see you next time when I, release the trailer of the first season. Anyways, this was Dante the Animator, and stay tuned.